Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm filming my third video with this eye look on today, so if you guys are very observant, you're probably gonna be able to keep track of that. Anyway, if you want to know how I created this look, it is the video with the BH Cosmetics Naughty palette. I also talked about hitting 8K in that video. So if you guys haven't seen it yet, it'll be linked in the description box. Everything on my face will also be linked in the description box. I want to give a special shout out to my friend Chami from Chami Art Designs. She made these earrings. I did purchase them from her Etsy store. So if you guys are into these like polymer clay earrings, she makes some beautiful designs. I highly recommend checking her out if you guys are shopping small businesses for the holiday season. I think these are such amazing gift ideas and they're very lightweight. So if you guys want to go ahead and support somebody that is a small business, I would highly recommend checking her out. I will link her under the earring section in the description box. If you guys are familiar with my description box, I do try to link my earrings all the time whenever they are still available for purchase because I love earrings and I know you guys love them too, so I do try to remember to link anything that is still available for you guys down in the description box. Without further blabbering, let's get into my October palette ranking video. Okay, I'm going to give you guys my quick spiel. If you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Karen Harris. I like to film tan girl friendly makeup videos here on YouTube. When I first started my channel, I had such a hard time finding swatches and reviews from somebody with my skin tone. So I took matters into my own hands and started a channel. So if that sounds like something you'd be interested in, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I do ranking videos on a monthly basis. It's a really fun series. I also like to do Will I Buy It videos, and I do a lot of first impression videos on new eyeshadow palettes and just new makeup releases in general. So I hope to see you guys in the future. And now, without further blabbering, let's get into the ranking video. Okay guys, so with my ranking videos, I always find myself mixing up the rankings, so I'm gonna try and do better this time, so fingers crossed. I have 18 palettes to rank, and in the 18th spot is this guy. I'm actually contemplating returning this. This is the Huda Beauty KHAKI HAZE eyeshadow palette. You guys know I love me some Huda Beauty. I recently did a video with her Naughty palette and that one was excellent. I will be featuring that in my November ranking video. But this palette, I haven't even filmed a video with it because I'm not sure how I feel about it. I think it's very average, even maybe below average, which is why it's on the bottom of the pile. And let me tell you, there's some stiff competition up top, so that's why this one is ranking so low. I really want Huda to work on her consistency as far as eyeshadow formulas. I love her bigger palettes. Their formula is usually really good and consistent for me. Those ones are made in Italy, but these mini ones tend to be made in China, and I'm just checking to see. Yeah, this one's made in China, and I can see a clear difference between these ones and the larger palettes, so I don't know why we can't have the same quality as the bigger palettes, but it's such a disappointing deal. And honestly, there's not a whole lot that's khaki about this palette. I feel like I have so many other grungy green palettes that I love more than this. This one on the eyes ends up just looking like a brown neutral palette, so I would 100% recommend skipping this palette. I did pick this one up at Sephora in store because my Sephora inside JCPenney actually had this available in store, but honestly, I deeply regret it and I wish I didn't buy it because I really don't like it. Okay, so in 17th place, I have the Sigma Holiday palette. This is the Rendezvous Holiday palette, and honestly, I think this is a beautiful palette. It's just not really my favorite from all the palettes in my ranking video, and the reason is it's very neutral, it's very light toned, and I think this would be perfect for a lot of women that don't love colorful eyeshadows or you just want to keep things simple. This is such a perfect palette. It's so glam, it's so neutral. I think you can wear this for every day. You can wear this for date night. You can wear this for a holiday party. This would be perfect, but the competition, like I said, for the KHAKI. The competition is very stiff with my ranking video, and that's why this one is lower. I didn't have any problems with the formula or anything like that. My only criticism of this palette is I wish they had added like a deep matte brown shade for smoky eye looks, but I realize that's not how everybody does their eyeshadow. So I think for a lot of people that are regular makeup consumers that don't have makeup YouTube channels, this probably is the perfect palette. I love the size and the packaging and everything like that, but I think if it had one more deepening up shade, it would have just been the cherry on top of a really great neutral palette for me. Okay, in 16th place is this guy. This is the Juvia's Place, the Nubian Glow. So this is one of their holiday collection mini palettes. And honestly, this color story just isn't it for me, and that's why I'm ranking it at number 16. It's very blah, and I feel like it's like a gold palette, really. There is a matte yellow, but I feel like more gold tone leaning, and I don't know. I don't need Juvia's Place to make neutral palettes. If I wanted a neutral gold palette, I would just pick something else, but I just don't like this palette. I don't know what else to say. It's at number 16. Okay, so in 14th and 15th place are the MIDAS Cosmetics Pastel palettes. These are from their fall collection, and these were sent to me in PR, just so you guys know. I also have a MIDAS Cosmetics affiliate code if you guys want to save money on your purchase. It's just KHMAKEUP, and I believe that'll save you 20%. They're also having like major Black Friday sales, so just want to let you guys know about that. Honestly, for me, these just aren't fall right now, and there were so many good like Halloween palettes and so many fun grungy color stories. That's kind of what I'm looking for this time of the year. And so that's why I feel like these are ranking a little bit lower, because I am much more obsessed with the color stories in the other palettes that I'm going to be mentioning in this video. As far as quality goes, they are nice. I do like that they did one for light skin tones and one for like medium deep skin tones. I think that's always very innovative when an indie brand does that. So I really like these guys. I think I'll probably reach for them more maybe in the spring time when it's like Easter vibes. That's kind of what these collections remind me of. So I like that they're also really small palettes because that's always convenient, but these are 14 and 15. Okay, so in 13th place, we have the Milani, the Beautiful Nightmare palette. This palette honestly caught me by surprise. I thought this was so cute and I really, really wanted it, but I didn't end up buying it when it launched because I was like, I don't need this eyeshadow palette. But then Milani launched these like gorgeous blushes, and I love free shipping, so I added this to my cart and I did end up getting it. And this green eyeshadow is so beautiful. I really like this palette, and I think it was so fun for a drugstore brand to do Halloween. I know Wet n Wild does a bunch of Halloween palettes, but I think this Milani one is actually really good. And then they did a more pastel shimmer one that was like fairy themed. I didn't get that one because the color story didn't speak to me, but I really thought the Beautiful Nightmare palette was a beautiful palette, and I'm glad I picked it up. Okay guys, so in 12th place is the Nomad palette from Juvia's Place. I sometimes include older palettes in these videos because I do pull from my collection and try things out, and the reason I decided to try the Nomad palette is because I had bought the KHAKI palette and I was like, you know what? I feel like the Nomad palette is a better KHAKI color story, and I was right. This is actually a nice palette. The color story is beautiful, the metallics are beautiful, the mattes are beautiful. So I bet Juvia's Place has an amazing Black Friday sale or some kind of holiday sale going on probably as I speak. So if you guys have been thinking about picking up the Nomad palette, I would highly recommend. It's so nice. It's like such a good grungy color story. I feel like this is like one of those palettes that got forgotten about. If you're on the fence about this palette, I would highly recommend it. In 11th place is another old palette that I decided to try out in the month of October. I was like loving Halloween this year. I was all about the spooky stuff, so I did pick out my Moonspell palette and I did decide to use it. This is such a beautiful palette. I feel like this was one of those palettes that really put like Manny's brand on the map. It was this one and Strawberry Dreams. I feel like everyone kind of slept on Lunar Beauty until he launched those two palettes, and this one's still really good and I really enjoy it. So I can't wait for his new palette to come. I did order that and I'm sure I'll have a video up on it very soon for you guys. So in 10th place, I do have Avocado Toast from BH Cosmetics. I picked this up a while ago when I saw Morgan Turner review this and she sold me on it. So I did decide to get it and it's a beautiful palette. I think it could even have more greens, but I feel like this is a good combination of neutrals and greens. So if you're not quite sure, this is like a good stepping stone. Honestly though, I am wearing the BH Cosmetics Naughty palette on my eyes today, and if you guys are contemplating a BH purchase, I would highly recommend the Naughty palette. It's so good. This red smoky eye was so easy to do. You guys need to watch this video if you haven't seen it because it was so easy. I'm so impressed. So remember the Naughty palette. I'm sure BH is also having a great Black Friday sale, so keep an eye out for that. Okay guys, in 9th spot is another Halloween palette. This is the Urban Myth palette by Black Moon Cosmetics. This palette is so cute. The mattes are so nice and the shimmers are so nice. I feel like Black Moon was known for their matte eyeshadows because they did that like Orb of Light palette that was all mattes, but it was a neutral palette. And I'd heard such good things about Black Moon Cosmetics for so long. And then I feel like they went a little dormant for a while and they were a little bit quiet. And then they came back with this palette. So I was really on the fence. I was like, do I buy it? I was really on the fence. I was like, do I buy it? Do I not buy it? But then I did end up getting it. And I'm so glad I did because it's a really nice palette. And Black Moon Cosmetics is an indie brand. So I'm very happy that I picked this up. And I'm excited to see what else they come out with. Hopefully more eyeshadow palettes for us to play with. Very excited to see what they do next. Okay guys, in 8th spot, I have the Blueberry Muffin palette from BH Cosmetics. I thought this palette was so beautiful, but I did decide to pass on it initially when I saw it launch. And so I passed on it. I was like, you know what, I have so many blue palettes, I don't need it. And then my friend Angelica got a hold of the Blueberry Muffin palette and she sold the shit out of this palette for me. She was so obsessed with it and we talk every day. So of course, you know, when you hear your really, really good friend on YouTube rave about a palette, then you get like curious and you want to know if it's as good as she says it is. And I think it is. I think it is as good as she says it is. And I'm so happy I have it. So this is number 8, Blueberry Muffin from BH Cosmetics. Okay, so in 7th place is the Terra Moon ELBARRIO palette. This was sent to me in PR. You guys, this was like such a highlight for me because I have so many things that I've purchased from Terra Moon and I love this brand so much. So to get something in PR and to be recognized by a brand I love so much means so much to me. So I really like this palette. They did do a pre-order on this, so I believe it's going to start shipping like in December sometime is what I heard. But this palette is so pretty. The metallics are beautiful and the mattes are really nice too. I really love the metallics though. The metallics are where it's at with this palette. And it was just so fun to see them do a palette because they're definitely more known for their singles. I also know they're having a bomb Black Friday sale. Hopefully you guys took advantage of that. They're doing like their Cosmic Chameleons, which is like my favorite formula from them. You guys have to check out Terra Moon, one of my favorite indie brands of 2020 for sure. Okay, in 7th place, will these Sweet Shop palettes ever go away? I keep bringing them back up because I keep trying them in different videos. So this is the Bubblegum palette, and I actually did a side-by-side comparison of the Bubblegum versus the Blueberry Muffin because this one is sold out. So I was like, can you use the Blueberry Muffin to satisfy your soul? And I think the conclusion was yes, but I do like the Bubblegum palette more because it doesn't have any of the neutral shades. I like a good neutral shade, but listen, this blue palette has everything you need. You don't need neutrals. You can do a whole eye look with this palette. So we did hear that BH is bringing these back, so definitely make sure you're following BH Cosmetics on like Twitter. It seems like is where they're updating, but I did see somebody posted that they are bringing back the Sweet Shop palettes on National Sunday Day, like Ice Cream Sunday Day. So make sure you know what day that is. And if I see that they launch, I will let you guys know. But I'm telling you, it's gonna be like the Hunger Games. Those palettes are so hyped. So do not hesitate Okay, when those palettes launch, do not hesitate. Just go, get what you need, and get out because it's gonna be crazy. Okay, so in 5th place is this mini little palette from Juvia's Place. This is the Nubian Royal palette. It's a purple palette and it's so pretty. I know they have another purple palette, like the Violets mini palette, but this one, oh my gosh, these metallics are a game changer. I don't love the glitter shade in here, the pressed glitter, but the 2 metallics, oh, so pretty. I did an eye look with this palette and I was blown away. And then the 3 matte purples are perfect. So really love this palette. I know these are on sale for Black Friday, so if you get a chance, I think they're like $9. In 4th place is the Glamlite Ice Cream palette. Oh my gosh, this palette is so fun. I love that they did all of these pastels in one palette. I personally feel like they could have skipped some of these more neutral shades on top, but you guys have told me that you do appreciate some neutrals being in there so that you can deepen things up. I personally would have loved some deeper colorful mattes to go with this thing. I think that's like my one thing that I want Glamlite to really do. I've seen them do these like fun pinks and blues over and over again. They really nailed the mid-tone colorful matte market. Like there's no better collection of mid-tone colorful bright mattes in the market than Glamlite, but I would love to see them do like dark blue, dark green, dark purple, dark red, instead of just doing like the colorful mattes over and over again, which is what I feel like they did with their Paint Pro palette, No Shade to Glamlite. I am a fan. I do have a code. KHMAKEUP does save you money on Glamlite, but listen, I just need them to do some colorful mattes, okay? That's all I'm saying. Colorful deep mattes, I should say. Okay, in 3rd place is, ta-da! The Book of Magic from Beauty Bay. Oh my gosh, this palette also on sale for like $10 right now if you get it during Black Friday. I really like this. This formula reminds me a lot of the Made by Mitchell palettes that I recently showed on my channel. If you don't have the bank account for that, I would highly recommend this, and I think honestly this is better because you're getting similar quality for way less money, in my opinion. I could be wrong. I don't have any proof that this is made as the same place as Made by Mitchell's makeup, but it definitely reminds me of that quality. So I would highly recommend. I also got the Sunrise palette from Beauty Bay. I haven't tested that out yet, so I will have that in a future video, but ooh, this is such a pretty palette. You guys know already the shade Spell, the shade Crystal, the shade Potion. Oh my gosh. These things like get me so excited. So I really love this palette. It's the perfect mix of purples and blues in my opinion, and it's so affordable. Okay, in 2nd place we have the Pat McGrath Celestial Divinity palette. I wanted to rank this a little bit higher because even though I had such fun color stories all over this rankings video, this palette has a fun color story, good quality, and I feel like this is just such a great palette for you to try. If you've never tried Pat McGrath before, this is the one if you want like a big palette from her, because I know she has like sample sizes and stuff like that, which are also really great, but oh my god, this one is so good. I have these 2 rows and these 2 rows from the Star Wars palette, and I still bought it because I wanted these 2 rows because these are all new colors and I don't regret a thing. I feel like I'm going to get so much more use out of this palette than I would the Star Wars palettes because there's so many options. I really want to use this with the Triochrome palette from Natasha Denona because that has such beautiful colorful mattes that'll pair so well with all of the shimmers in this palette. So if you guys have been on the fence about this, I would highly recommend. I also know Pat McGrath is having a bomb Black Friday sale, and I think that Sephora is going to have a coupon soon where you'll get like a certain dollar amount off if you spend $75 and this palette $78. So, I mean, you could get $15, $20, or $25 off this palette. So, I think that's an amazing deal. And last, but certainly not least, in number 1 spot, anyone have any guesses? Leave them in the comments. Okay, so number 1 is the Juvia's Place Valhalla 2 palette. Oh my gosh, I wanted this the second that Trend Mood sneak peeked it. I like freaked out. I forgot to, like, I was so excited I forgot to use Angie's code to save money on this palette. That's how fast I ordered it. And then I realized that there's a multi-chrome in this palette and I lost my mind. So Fake is a multi-chrome. If you haven't seen my video, check it out. I only realized after I filmed the eyeshadow look and did swatches, but this palette is stunning. I think this is like a perfect palette to gift to a makeup lover. There's so many beautiful blue shades. I know some people thought that maybe there's so many blues that it's like too many blues, but honestly, I feel like if you love colorful shadows, you can never have too many blues. And I've seen Juvia's Place repost so many gorgeous different looks with this palette. So you can go neutral if you want, you can do something cool tone, but the blues is what really attracted me to this palette, and this packaging is absolutely stunning. This palette made the Wahala one look like an amateur hour. This one is like by far so wonderful. So I can't wait to see what Juvia's Place has in store for 2021. Honestly, I know they're gonna do skincare, so that'll be exciting. But as far as eyeshadow palettes go, like I'm already excited to see what they do in 2021. So anyway, that is it for this video. Let me know what your favorite palette was in the month of October, and I will see you guys in my next video soon. Bye!